My name is Amanda Kraft. I attended Millersville University as an undergraduate and majored in elementary education, minored in Spanish, and obtained an ESL certificate. I received a master's in education from Penn State University. I started a speech and language pathology program through LaSalle, but put that on hold due to having children. I have studied and traveled and completed mission work in various Spanish-speaking countries, which influenced my interest in language and second language learning. Currently, I am teaching at Wickersham Elementary for the School District of Lancaster. I teach K-5 and first grade ESL students ranging in English proficiency, and I've taught there 9 years. I consider myself an active teacher. I am a person who learns by seeing, hearing, and doing, and I tend to instruct this way as well. Since I instruct English as a second language, my groups of students are diverse. My students often describe me to their classroom teachers as fun, crazy, nice, and if they're having a bad day, not very nice. I rely on active teaching and learning. Throughout my lessons, my goal is to have all students participating, which I believe is one of my strengths. One of my weaknesses would be now that my students are beginning to learn a little bit of English, I don't allow for a lot of cooperative learning opportunities. I'm given a scripted intervention with my students, which limits me. However, I could adapt it to include some cooperative learning strategies. If possible, I would like to find additional ways to engage my ESL students, or my entering ESL students. These are my students with no English or very limited English skills. I do use multiple intelligence strategies, active participation through chants, songs, modeling, manipulative pictures, real objects. All these strategies do work. I just feel that my students should be engaged at all times and should be attempting to speak more English. Another weakness is sometimes I forget that students go through a silent period where they are still processing English quietly in their heads when they aren't speaking it. I am constantly thinking about how I can increase student engagement because I work with students who are usually not engaged in the classroom due to their lack of English proficiency. I have my students 1, 2, or 3 hours a day for English instruction or intervention. I feel when they are with me, it is their time to be engaged. I teach in a smaller group setting, and it's my job to get these students engaged in learning English. As mentioned earlier, I use chant, songs, modeling, manipulative pictures, real objects, which does engage all of my students. However, I'm willing to learn more strategies because one strategy that works with one student very well does not necessarily work with another.